Taurus. My name is Audrey Alison, and this is your March forecast for 2014. There's so much going on in March that I barely have time to breathe. I'm still recording these in February, and it's the Mercury retrograde, so bear with me because Mercury is my ruling planet, and it's been a sketchy month. But let's just get into it because there's a lot. We're starting off March with a new moon again on the 1st of March. And this is 10 degrees Pisces, this new moon. So this will be your 11th house, Taurus, of groups and goals and hopes and wishes and organizations. So having the new moon starting off March in your 11th house would be amazing for you to set your intentions on your goals. I mean, that's usually what moons are for, to pick up our seeds and our wishes and to help implement them throughout each month and then the full 12-month turn of events for culmination. Also on the 1st, Mars is going retrograde at 27 degrees Libra, and this is in your 6th house of daily routine and regimen and health and your daily work, your grind. Having this planet of assertion and action go retrograde in the 6th, I want you to watch how you stick to your routine. It could be very hard to do that over this month of March. Mars will be stationed in Libra through July. It won't be direct the whole retrograde the whole time, but it will be for the month of March. So it might feel difficult for you to maintain the schedule that you've been used to having, or you just won't have the energy to do so, to hit your routine. And maybe you might take a vacation time or take some time off in the week if you can, because your energy could be low in that 6th house. With the 6th house having a retrograde of such an active planet, you will find that you'll need recuperative rest more than you have in previous months. On the 3rd of March, Saturn goes retrograde. Saturn, where the hell's he been? This retrograde is 23 degrees Scorpio in your 7th house. Saturn is the planet of, he's kind of a buzzkill because he's the planet of restriction and restructure. And he is affecting your relationships through this transit. Him being retrograde will, well, not so much in a negative way, because having Saturn want to restructure your 7th house could mean you're not really picking the right people for yourself if you're dating, or if you're in a serious relationship. Saturn is going to teach you, Taurus, how to achieve the right structure and realign the energies of your dating realm, okay? So it's not a bad thing if you need the restructure. If you don't feel like you do, you might be a little confused as to why things seem so stern. Saturn's not really a fun time, but in a positive way, you might find that your 7th house, after this transit's done, could be rebirthed, because you can go through a shifting of what you really feel is important to you, how people are really connecting with you. And if you're not in a relationship at all, this could really mean business partnerships as well. It could also mean that you might be single a little bit longer, and don't forget about that. But Saturn's going to bring in the right kinds of people to you after he's done tweaking you. So after March, you can look forward, if you're single, to things coming your way that actually fit with you, that don't dismantle right away. Venus, your ruling planet, going into Aquarius. This will really benefit your 10th house of career, your social status, your stature, your recognition, your reward. Venus will beautify this area, bring love and money. She's got her blessings in that 10th house for you, which is a great sector to have Venus. So watch what that brings for you starting on the 5th throughout the entire month of March and into the 5th of April. Venus will be in Aquarius until April 5th for a full 30-day transit. So you can see how that will benefit your 10th house in the month to come. On the 6th, back to back, Jupiter, that lucky planet of abundance, is going direct. And this is Jupiter still stationed in Cancer. The direct motion will be 10 degrees Cancer, and this is in your 3rd house of communications. Jupiter will be in your 3rd house until July, until he goes into Leo. But I love this planet now being direct. If you found that you weren't communicating right with people, well, no, that would be not right. That's not the right word. Jupiter isn't like a Mercury retrograde. If he's in your 3rd house, you won't communicate exactly right. But you could find that now there's a lot of luck around who you're speaking to or the people that you're speaking to. It just could feel like magic when things click. New opportunities come in, or communications are now making vivid sense. That's a positive aspect, and he'll be with you in that 3rd house. And that's even short distance travel. And siblings. The 3rd house rules siblings, and short jaunts and quick trips. So you could have that now also moving forward with plans to go away on a few weekends as well throughout July, from now until July. We have a full moon on March 16th. This is 26 degrees in Virgo. Virgo for you is your 5th house. This is a nice full moon because the 5th house is your creative ventures, your creativity, your children, your romance, and your fun activities. And having a full moon shining there is a positive aspect. You know, it could also mean that you're changing things up around the time mid-month regarding your children. They could be, it could be also dealing with college students on spring break, them coming back home and then leaving. Things like that are happening around that time. But for Taurus, I want to pull a card here because I'm getting a few things. Oh, okay. I'm feeling a few things. Let me say this. The 6 of Cups, and I'm sorry I'm all over the place, but I am channeling. The 6 of Cups is the nurturer. She's giving not too much and not too little. There's a balance here. She's the gardener, the person, and this is also, I think, regarding your children that I was just speaking about, for those of you that have kids. I feel that you might want to find the balance in how available you are to them being in the home, if they're, you know, a little bit older, and then how much, just your balance between what you're giving and what you're not giving. You should be right in the middle there with them, because I feel like they could be taking too much and you're kind of left depleted with not a lot of energy. For those of you who don't have kids, this nurturing is about nurturing yourself and finding the balance within. And you know what, this goes across the board for kids who are, you know, not in college either. I think that there needs to be some sort of balance is the best word I can think of it. You can't let the energies of others run over you and leave you completely drained. You have to remember you need to be okay for yourself in order to give to others. So you have to make sure your energies are aligned there. Also, we have Mercury going into, on the 17th of March, Mercury's going into Pisces, and that's your 11th house. That's also touched upon right at the top of the month in the new moon, because Mercury going into Pisces is your goals and your shared wishes, or your wishes and your shared goals. This could mean Mercury, the planet of communication and intellect, the mind. Mercury going into the 11th could make you more willing to speak about what it is you're willing to obtain in March, your goals and what you're desiring. And easily communicative in groups or organizations and clubs. You could be the speaker at some meetings or social gatherings. On the 20th of March, the sun goes into Aries like it does every year, and this on the 20th is the first day of spring for us in the northern hemisphere, and fall for those of you in the southern. But this transit always affects your 12th house of spirituality and your psychic ability, and maybe some of your deeper creative seeds and energies and your inner self and your quieter time. So in the second half of the month, I think you'll be more withdrawn, which could be a positive thing, because following the sun's transit into Aries, we have the new moon on the 30th at 9 degrees Aries. And this is also, again, in your 12th house for you. So Taurus, you are more quiet from the 20th on in March, and that's absolutely fine. You have a lot to think over. We all have those planets going retrograde, but your 6th and your 7th houses are going to be hit. So you want to rest. You want to rejuvenate, you know, come April. You just want to rest and feel rejuvenated come April. You also don't want to be too hasty in your relationship decisions with Saturn, the planet of restructure, in your 7th house of relationships. Just keep your mind and your ears open and your eyes open, but don't really talk too much about it and make any definitive decisions until perhaps next month. Just because these are some major hitters that are going retrograde. And thankfully Jupiter is now direct, and so is Mercury at the top of the month, by the way, if I didn't mention that. Mercury went direct, goes direct on the 1st of March. But with Mars retrograde and Saturn, you're really we're all in for a restructuring, whatever house that it hits. But we're also really low on energy when Mars is retrograde. So don't be too hard on yourself with making decisions right away this month. Let me pull a few cards for you and see where we're at. See what they have to say. Ooh, I like this card. Lady of Swords is music, poetry, music. Lady of Swords is an air card. Also, it has to do with your creative self, just because of the fact that she's dealing with the card of music and the guitar and things that might make you feel at ease. Now, with Venus going into 10th house, those of you who are creative or artists or seeking some kind of notoriety or recognition or fame, I feel really positive about March for you. Just watch your energy. You know, you can't hustle as much as you want to hustle when Mars is retrograde. But I like this card for any people who are pursuing creative endeavors. Also, the Ace of Wands, which is definitely a Mars-driven card. It's representative fire and Aries, and the Ace of Wands is passion, and I'm really feeling like it means this Mars retrograde in Libra in your 6th. You have to be your own initiator. That's exactly what it means. Mars is the initiator, and having the Ace is the solo card, the one person responsible for their path, which is you. And it's going to be hard to stay aligned or in your regiment, but you have to be your own implementer and initiator. And things will get done with your willingness and your action. All right, Taurus, it was a pleasure to speak with you. My name is Audrey Alison, and I read all through the week. If you'd like to book with me, you can reach me at audreyallison.com, and you can find me on Facebook at Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot. Thanks, Taurus. Have a sweet day. Bye.